For most of the world, this month's Legendary banner releases on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas if you're watching this then. I will have my annual fake Christmas special on the 25th, my time, so if you want to see what units I summoned and built this past year, then come and stop by when you're done opening presents. For now though, we got a new Legendary hero and banner to talk about. She doesn't have a winter ult yet, but Legendary Camilla is here for the Christmas party. After Xander reopened the Fates Royals legendaries and Hinoka got one this year, Legendary Camilla was all but inevitable. Titan Systems decided that the house leaders and Yunaka was not enough money for this month. As a unit, Legendary Camilla is a green flying mage, doubling up with her very first ult, Spring Camilla. She's a water parap legendary that boosts attack. For stats from the trailer, I'm gonna assume Camilla is hit by a level 1 Bright Shrine. This means her stats should be 40 HP, 45 attack, 46 speed, 22 defense, and 25 res, standard glass cannon mage stats. For old skills, Camilla has her classic Draconic Aura as well as Remote Sparrow. Now, Camilla's weapon is the Bewitching Tome, 14 might. She has Kanto 1 and accelerated specials. If Camilla initiates combat or faces a ranged foe as combat begins, deals damage equal to X% of the foe's attack stat. Additionally, grant +5 to all stats and grants bonus attack and speed equal to 20% of Camilla's speed at start of combat. Camilla reduces the first hit taken by 30% and heals 7 HP after combat. Sling, stats, extra attack and speed, percent DR, healing, Kanto 1, we've seen this all before. If Camilla sticks with 46 flat speed, she gets a bonus +9 attack and speed in combat. If you can hit 50 speed somehow, that's +10. Camilla will bring the next level of evolution though of combat begins damage. 7 instant damage is no longer the highest amount. Instead, Bewitching Tome takes 40 or 20% of the foe's attack stat and uses that for instant damage. This is a lot, and it's guaranteed versus ranged foes or when you're initiating. To put into perspective how much damage Camilla can inflict, my Ephraim can hit 70-ish attack. 40% of 70 is 28. If Camilla ran Flared Sparrow, she would inflict 35 instant damage. My maxed out Ephraim with one of those +5 HP seals hits 70 HP. Literally for existing, my Ephraim loses half of 70 freaking HP. Imagine 35 instant damage versus a unit without 70 HP. Now, it gets worse though because Camilla has a unique B skill called Spoil Rotten. At start of turn, if Camilla is healthy, she inflicts -7 speed and res debuffs and the sabotage status onto the closest foe and foes within 2 spaces of that. She also buffs herself and her nearby allies with a new status. This is a status for 50% damage reduction piercing. For combat, if Camilla is healthy, she inflicts another -5 speed and res on the foe, gains offense and a follow-up, and gets no guard. Legendary Alear provided full DR piercing specials for support, but Camilla gives half DR piercing to every attack. Camilla also provides it to multiple allies, and who's to say you can't combine their efforts? This alone makes Camilla very enticing. Infantry can forgo Tempo 4 or no follow-up 4, but you can also stack these effects for 75% damage reduction pierce on every hit. For Camilla herself, she drops a ton of instant damage and then hits hard with half DR piercing as well. Do you even need a follow-up or a Draconic Aura proc at that point? As for the speed and res debuffs with Sabotage, very good timing since Arcane Threema just released and that inflicts attack and defense debuffs. It also has built-in Sabotage status, so you can get full debuff coverage with double Sabotage. The Arcane Void Dagger also has built-in Sabotage. Now, despite her own firepower, Legendary Camilla should be a very good support as well. Last up, Camilla brings a new inheritable C skill, Deadly Miasma. I assume this is the tier 4 Savage Blow, but not completely sure since the icon is brand new. If it's worth anything, OG Camilla has Savage Blow, and in Engage, Emblem Camilla got a Poison Strike / Savage Blow type skill. Now, this skill states, if unit initiates combat, inflicts -5 to all stats on the foe, neutralize the foe's field buffs during combat, and after combat, deals 7 damage to the target and foes within 2 spaces. Also, apply Divine Vein Haze to the target space and also spread out to 2 spaces for 1 turn. Now, Divine Vein Haze is a new terrain effect. It inflicts -5 to all stats on the foe and neutralizes their field buffs during combat. Should sound familiar because that is just the non-Savage Blow portion of Deadly Miasma. Basically, you inflict haze in combat, then spread it out after. As for the Savage Blow portion, it's the same 7 AoE splash damage, it just now hits the main target like Poison Strike. If this is Savage Blow 4, then chances are it's inheritable by everyone, which would be kind of insane. If you think about it, Haze Terrain is just kind of an Omni-Low effect. You neutralize the field boss and you get in-combat debuffs. It's initially player phase only, but that's still pretty crazy. Now as a warning, Daily Miasma plus Flirt A skills should be the first time Divine Veins occur at the same time. I thought Ratatosk's green tiles would be our first case, but she applies it after she acts, while Flirt Spell occurs after combat. So, the flame tiles apply first, then Ratatoskr overwrites them with her green tiles. With Daily Miasma, we need to test things, but there are two outcomes. Either those 5 middle tiles will just have no terrain where haze spreads out to the sides, or literally both terrain effects do not occur at all. I think it's the former, but if it's the latter, then maybe that's why Camilla doesn't come with Flirt Sparrow by default. Honestly, even if you had 0 after Combat Divine Veins, I doubt that's going to stop people from using Flared Sparrow on this Camilla. Dealing 30 plus instant damage that is not reducible is so stupid, and without extra HP from Aether Raids or other game mode bonuses, most units would just straight up be half dead before the fight even begins. I do want to take this time to talk about Vantage. I feel some people may be misled, but the as combat begins damage does not trigger Vantage. The Vantage HP check occurs before that damage happens. You will need Vantage effects that are already active, and even then Camilla can bring Hardy Baron. This Camilla is going to be something. In my 70 attack example, if she has Flared Sparrow plus Attuned Triandra, that's literally already 40 damage. Dual Winter Byleth is supposed to make a mockery of units like Camilla, but how's he gonna handle 20 plus, 30 plus instant damage with Camilla's half DR piercing? He should one-shot her back, but chances are high, Camilla just chunks Byleth down a ton and then someone else can finish him off. Camilla then hands out the half DR pierce status to multiple allies to make that job easier. Overall, another very strong hybrid support combat mage, like not even counting the part where Camilla takes out half a regular unit's HP, the fact a partial DR piercing status now exists is wild. It's gonna be a real terror in PvP modes, that's for sure. We're now going to talk about the 11 other heroes on this banner. In red we got Legendary Elincia, Legendary Veronica, and Brave Robin. Blue has Ratatoskr, Legendary Deirdre, and Brave Gullveig. Green has our new Camilla, Legendary female Alear, and Brave Soren. Colorless has Askr, Medeus, and Brave Corrin. So, not only is the Winter banner busted with a bunch of popular characters, one of the most popular characters from the franchise is getting a Legendary alt this month, and the whole CYL7 crew is back for a rerun. The devs are definitely coming for those Christmas Day gift cards and gacha money. Our first unit for the red group is Legendary Elincia. This is her first rerun and she's a sword flyer with high attack and speed. Her absolute amenity is a slaying dual phase brave sword plus high stats, bonus attack and speed, and no guard. She also has Kanto 2. With aerial maneuvers, Elincia can get instant quads via dive bomb, and she has 2-space warping. With Heart of Crimea, Elincia gives her allies 2-space warping to herself, and she hands out a no follow-up status each turn. It also comes with a 4-space Omni Rain. Aerial maneuvers is still only on this Elincia, but she also has the nice attack and speed clash 4. Next, Legendary Veronica, a glass cannon red mage cavalier. She has accelerated specials, offense and a follow-up, and any HP desperation. If the foe has 2 or more nearby allies, Veronica also gets Fire Sweep. With her unique Enclosure special, Veronica gets no guards, so she can get a 1-2 proc. Enclosure also pierces % DR skills. To further empower Veronica, she has attack and speed catch 4 and speed and res far choice for Kanto. She doesn't really want to tank hits, but Panic Smoke 4 can cause further chaos. Last up, Brave Male Robin, infantry sword unit with great attack and speed, and his main trait is his insane Rally Spectrum status via Tip the Scales. Rally Spectrum grants +5 to all stats, and an instant -2 cooldown before your first attack if you're using damage specials. For slaying or brave weapons, it's only -1 cooldown, but that's still great. Robin passes Rally Spectrum to his whole team, and he can warp 2 any Rally Spectrum allies from a massive 5 spaces away. From his weapon, Robin will get +5 stats, 40% DR for 1 hit, full tempo, and if he runs a 3 cooldown or higher special, that special is going to now pierce % DR skills. If it's a Bonfire or Ignis, Robin gets adaptive damage. If you want some fodder, attack and speed finish 4 is excellent, and Robin is one of 2 Gambit holders. Very fun Beaska if you want % DR and some true damage, but you're going to have to run higher cooldown specials. Overall, Red has excellent units and great fodder. You can't really go wrong with anyone here. For the blue group, we start with our Book 8 freebie, Mythic Ratatoskr. Everyone should know what she does because she's free, and if you want, the Book 8 banner is still here for less than a day. She's back on this banner for more chances though. Ratatoskr is a very fun speedy blue beast cavalier. She has sling plus breath type cooldown, multiple % DR skills when transformed, and lots of attack and speed. She has Kanto 2, and after acting she will lay down Divine Vein green terrain, which prevents warping and inflicts guard. Mending Heart also provides healing support for your allies. Ratatoskr is the only unit with Beast Agility 4, which is for fast units, and it's going to give them full no follow-up. Attack and Speed Clash 4 continues to be a great A skill. Next is Legendary Deirdre, a blue infantry mage with high attack and res. Her tome has Sling and is effective against dragons. It inflicts a ton of attack and res debuffs, grants a free follow-up, and disables adaptive damage. Deirdre's unique special is a 2 cooldown iceberg type special that has a secondary miracle effect if you meet certain conditions. However, it's considered a non-special effect, so Fatal Smoke 4 should neutralize it. For fodder, Deirdre has Stillwater 4, attack and res tempo 3, and attack and res menace. Maybe time to grab one of those tier 4 ploy debuffs. Last blue unit is Brave Gullveig. This one is a flying blue mage. Her tome has count to 1, sling, plus 5 stats, bonus attack and speed, 20% speed as true damage, and full no follow. Her beast gun inflicts speed and res debuffs, grants 60% damage reduction for 1 hit, and grants another action. This can only be used every other turn. Now, Brave Gullveig was our first Flared Sparrow fire starter, and look at where that's gotten in just 4 months. She also will have attack and speed oath 4, which is great for self buffs and warping. Now, the green group is very tempting if you want to get the new Camilla. For fodder, Camilla has Remote Sparrow, which has been around a decent amount this year. Deadly Miasma is brand new, and who knows how long it's going to be on this Camilla only. If it only requires Savage Blow 3, and it uses Savage Blow's inheritance restrictions, then any unit can run this new skill. It's going to be very easy to pick up a Remote Sparrow for a ranged unit. Now, Legendary Alear is back for her first rerun. With Brawling and Laser Beams, Alear is creatively counted as a dragon unit. She has excellent speed and higher defenses at the cost of some attack. She's our only melee infantry trainee for Gen 8, so highest BST infantry at the moment. Alear will have our only brave weapon Dragonstone, and it's dual phase with excited specials. Only 11 might, but Alear can get stats and inflict debuffs based on how many nearby allies she has from different games. This can go for around plus 15 to all stats at max, and then Alear gets 40% damage reduction for AoE specials and first attacks with an S. To utilize her unique special, you're going to need Alear to be supported with an ally. Both units will gain DR Piercing on special trigger, and Alear can get 40% unpierceable damage reduction similar to the armored specials. For skills, Alear has attack and speed finish 4 and is one of 2 null C disrupt 4 holders. She's the only attack and speed pledge holder as well, and that's a fun C skill for making builds since it grants breath type cooldown for either phase. Legendary Alear is a very neat unit and has some very top tier fodder. Last up is Brave Soren, a high attack and res green mage whose main trait is giving the assigned decoy status, which gives savior to any unit. It targets Soren's support or his highest defense ally on your team within 2 spaces. Melee units will get near save, ranged units get far save, plus Soren gives his ally full plus 6 field buffs. For his own combat, Soren has Sling, plus 5 stats, bonus doubler 4, and Dragon Wall DR. His A skill grants more stats, disables adaptive damage, and if Soren wins a res check, he can get no guard and brave attacks. You will need to run a res check of 10 or more for the brave hits, but if you do, Soren has magic no follow-up for half DR piercing, and Time's Pulse can help him charge up his Flare special. Flare is only on Brave Soren currently, and it's a stronger Luna when healthy, but it switches to a lower damage Luna with 30% max HP healing when you're low. Time's Pulse 4 is incredible as always, and Soren is one of 2 magic no follow-up holders, so again, just amazing fodder. If you hate percent damage reduction, this green group is for you. Camilla gives multiple allies half DR piercing. Soren's magic no follow-up can do the same for infantry mages. You then have Alear giving her support full DR pierce on special trigger. If I somehow still have orbs before this banner is over, I'm very tempted to go green. Last up is Colorless, and this is a very beefy group. Mythic Askr is back, and he's a Colorless Beast infantry. Askr's C-skill is great support that grants Time's Pulse and Resonance Blades plus shields. If you need to buff up those Prime 4 users like Winter Edelgard, then Askr grants 2 easy statuses. For combat, Askr has Sling, plus 5 stats, a free follow-up, and 20% defense as true damage and flat DR. For skills, you can get Attack and Defense Ideal 4 and Attack and Defense Bulwark, which is only on one other unit. Next, Mythic Medeus is a Colorless infantry dragon min-maxed for low speed. He offers plus 6 attack from his field buffs and the On Guard status to his team. On Guard neutralizes outside of combat damage, like when you begin a turn on top of a flame tile or the Savage Blow effect on Deadly Miasma. However, On Guard does nothing to as combat begins damage, so yeah, Medeus is not going to help stop the new Camilla. For his own combat, Medeus inflicts attack against debuffs, and he will run a res check. He gets Omnibreaker. He has a Dragon Wall type damage reduction effect that gets stronger with nearby healers or dragons up to a max of 60%. For For skills, one of the two determines ideal for holders, and content control can help rein in those mobile attackers. Last up, Brave Corrin, super speedy armored dragon with some decent bulk thanks to her Divine Vein stone terrain. These spaces grant plus 60 defense in combat, reduces damage from specials by 10, and gives 50% AoE protection. For combat, Corrin has Slaying, Full No Follow-Up, 30% DR for all hits, and inflicts a massive amount of deals to all stats. She has a unique distant counter A skill that provides 7 flat DR for first attacks with an S. Corrin will have attacking speed, far save, and armored flow for unpierceable DR and that iceberg type damage. Only one other unit each has this far save variant and armored flow. Meanwhile, Corrin is the only unit with counter roar 4. Beast and dragons can run this for 30% damage reduction for first hits and 30% damage reflected on their counters. You also get attacking speed debuffs and 7 HP after combat. Colorless has some older mythics, but they still provide interesting utility. On guard, unfortunately, feels like it was made too early, considering the stupid amounts of instant damage nowadays. As for Brave Corrin, she feels quite scary, but if she does not outspeed, she loses a good amount of power. She could also be a good user of that new special fighter, Sacred Seal. That's going to wrap up this Christmas-themed Legendary banner. You thought you were getting gifts, but turns out Intelligent Systems is coming to take your money like the Grinch. As of this time, I'm not sure if we're getting tickets, but the past 2 years gave us 3 tickets for the Legendary banner, so hopefully Inaka's last gift ends up being just that. Reminders, the Book 8 banner ends as Camilla's begins. Still ongoing is the Winter banner and Double Special Heroes banners. Upcoming in a week is New Year's and the first New Heroes banner of 2024 a couple of days after that. Once you're done opening presents or summoning new units, come stop on by for my annual fake Christmas special tomorrow. Let's see how lucky I got summoning this past year. Thank you for watching, good luck on your summons, spend responsibly if you are, and I will see you guys in the next video.